Hello, everyone. This is Rachel back with another 20 questions with the e-board for you. So yeah, I don't know if you noticed or not, but last week we tried it and there was a little bit of a mishap with Facebook Live, but it's okay. We're going to do it this time and it's going to work. So this week we're going to get to meet Tom and his 20 questions starts right now. Hello, Tom.
Hello.
So my first question I have for you is why did you want to work at the station?
Honestly, I don't know. That's a bad start, isn't it? It was something that I met them at the career fair. That's everyone that was e-board before I was e-board. This was even before I worked here. It was the fall semester. I was just kind of like, do you guys have jobs? Do you guys hired? Do you anything like that? I just think it'd be super cool to work there. That's before I was even like the correct major. I was a computer science major at the time too, so it was just like this would be a fun free time thing. And they were like, yeah, we have this class you can take, all this stuff, and I was like, okay, cool. That sounds complicated. I'm not gonna do that. Change majors, find something I wanted to do. So what I changed to is what I am now, which is electronic media. Realized, hey, that super complicated sounding thing that I didn't want to do, I have to do. So I took the radio practicum class, and then I was like, I just want to be more involved. This is super cool. This is all new to me. John sent out an email that was like, hey, we're looking for a metal director. I mulled it over for a week and was like, hey, if you're still looking for a metal director, let me know. John was like, you were the only one that replied. You're hired. Let's go meet Lucas. Met Lucas. Lucas was like, cool. Yeah, we're about to have an e-board meeting. Have a seat. And I was like, all right, good thing I don't have anything to do right now.
Yeah, right.
Until like later that night when I had to go to chapter for my fraternity. So it was just like a meeting into like a 30-second window for food into another meeting. And that's kind of how my spring semester of my sophomore year went. And it was just something I wanted to be more involved. From there, I became the assistant music director. And John Ball had to go study abroad in England, so I had to take over. And then from there, it's just kind of been my position, and I enjoy it. There's definitely weeks where I'm stressed out about it, or it's just like, I really don't need another meeting this week. But I do it. I'm here. I'm happy.
All right. And what's your favorite band?
Green Day. It has to be Green Day. That's what I've been saying since I was 6. Feels weird to change that answer now. Where's my music? I need more of Green Day in my life. Green Day, if you're listening, hit me up with your new album.
So, dogs or cats?
Dogs. Yeah. I don't know. I love cats too. It's just, I think I'm slightly allergic, or at least got slightly allergic. They make my eyes a little itchy sometimes. But one of my friends actually recently just got a cat, and I don't know if today or tomorrow, but I'm going to go over there and hang out with their cat.
Oh.
I love all animals. It's just, I guess, if I was living on my own, I would enjoy an energetic dog. Even though it kind of sucks sometimes, because it's like, oh, can you just sit still? But just knowing that, like, if I was living on my own, I could go somewhere, play with my dog, go home, play with my dog, and, like, have that energy and expend that energy and stuff like that would be a lot of fun.
Cool. And what's a weird obsession that you have?
Weird how?
Like something obscure that you like that maybe other people don't know about.
I don't know. I'm pretty open with everyone, so it's just like everyone knows I like, what I don't like. I don't know what I'd keep from people because it'd be weird.
All right, maybe we'll come back to that one.
Okay.
Give you a little bit of chance to think about it. So, what's the most daring thing you've ever done?
Daring thing as in like adrenaline rush, or like pretty bold of me to do?
Whichever one you want.
I can't remember an exact instance, but I do know that like in public situations with one of my super close friends, Tyler. We always joke about how we can never go out in public together because we'll just do something. I do. I'm not gonna completely go in depth with the story, just for keeping it clean for everyone. But
makes sense.
I was dared to say something. We were at Applebee's for half-abs, and it was just, hey, say this purposely wrong, because it was funny. And I was like, I don't know. Like, it'd be funny when we talk about it, but I don't know if I should actually do it. And it was literally one of those things where there was an angel on one side and a devil on the other. I had a friend, Bailey, on this side. I was like, don't actually do it. Gets to me to take my order. My friend Kyle right here, do it. And that was the last thing I heard. So I did it. And, like, everyone laughed. The waiter was like, that's kind of weird, but it was funny. Like, good joke. But it was really bold. And I was just like, it's one of those things where it's outside of a social norm. Does that make sense? So it was just socially weird. Otherwise, the most adrenaline-inducing thing I've ever done was do the giant drop at Six Flags.
Ooh.
You go up there and you're like, this is fine. You're waiting up there. And it was like, all right, 3, 2, 1. And then they don't drop you. And then you're just kind of up there like, all right, now I'm starting to notice how high up in the air I am. And and then you just drop. And then there's, like, after about 10 seconds, there's this area of, like, where you can't breathe and it feels like everything is coming up. And it just feels weird. And then you get down and you're like, that was cool. Let's do literally anything else. So that was, I'd probably do it again. But I'd have to be with friends, and I'd have to get coursed into it.
All right. So now I want you to show me what it would look like if you had a signature dance move.
I don't know. It's always like, I guess like my signature dance move is always in a chair. It's like always like.
Same.
Like, that's just, I'll be in here, Amanda will walk in, I was jamming.
Just bopping.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, on air even, when we do our Bops Only show, that's how I'm dancing, in the chair. Unless I get super into it, then I'll stand up and do dance moves that aren't mine, so that's why they don't count as my signature dance moves.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I'm sure if I was taught how to properly dance, I'd be good at it.
So, what's a skill that you would like to master?
Dancing. There we go. No,
good segue there.
Yeah, perfect segue. No, I remember this question actually. Guitar would be amazing, just so I could go home, bust it out, and just not have to actively learn as much, and take more time with that, and just instead start playing some cool riffs and tunes, everything like that. But I would never say I mastered it. I would never say I mastered anything, because there's always room for improvement. And once you cap yourself at, like, I've mastered this, I feel like you're stopping yourself from improving.
That's very true.
And then someone's going to come through and smash your ceiling, and you're going to be like, how did he do that? So just always keep improving.
All right. What was the most exciting thing to happen to you in 2018?
I feel like I should have an immediate answer to this. I had a job. I don't know, that was cool.
What kind of job?
At the time, it was customer service at Best Buy. That was pretty clutch. Needed a job. Best thing that happened to me in 2018, right? That's what it is?
Most exciting thing.
Most exciting. I mean, it was exciting because I needed a job. But I guess the other thing that happened twice, right? In 2018? Yeah. So I have a group of friends. We get together for wrestling pay-per-views. We decide winners. And if you have the most correct, you become champion. Or Money in the Bank, if you have the least correct and somebody cashes in, you get the Money in the Bank briefcase. So you can cash it in for an extra point to win or a challenge to win. So the first one I went to, I did awful. Got the Money in the Bank briefcase. Couldn't go to the next one. So our rules are you can't cash that in for a point. You have to do a challenge. And I made the bold claim when I got the briefcase that the next time I come here with the briefcase, I'm not leaving with the briefcase. which I regret because that's how I got peer pressured into doing a challenge. But I actually won the challenge, became the champion, and after your first time, you're officially in the club. And that was super exciting for me to like finally be a part of the club.
Awesome. So if I gave you $1 million right now, what would you spend it on?
Million's a large sum. I guess I'd immediately pay off my car,
Same.
student debt, and my credit card debt. From there, I would find a reasonable portion to keep with me, to put like down payments on an apartment or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything, emergency funds, stuff like that. The rest, I would invest.
That's smart.
Just to set myself up for the future. Enough to be comfortable for now and foreseeable future, but still work to keep making and saving money. The rest would, a decent part would probably go into IRA. So a large sum like that by the time I'm ready to retire, especially if I tax it on when I put it in instead of all the interest that it's going to accumulate from my 20s to like my 60s. I'd have a lot of money by the time I retired. That'd be nice.
Yeah,
so just
that's
be smart
awesome.
with it, knowing that you should still end up working the rest of your life anyway.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever met anyone famous?
Yeah, I met, I'm drawing a huge blank on his name. It's Drew. I'm so sorry for getting your last name. It was Drew. He was a comedian. He was on America's Got Talent. He had a stutter. But I remember watching him on TV. Super funny guy, and I was like, oh, that was super cool. And then Whitewater does Warhawks at Night. So this was 2 years ago now. We got there kind of late. Tickets were gone. There was a huge line for him. We were like, we don't get to see him, but oh well.
Mm-hmm.
We signed up to do something else. Somebody showed up. I was like, we have these VIP tickets. You'll sit front row because you guys couldn't get tickets. And you get to have a meet and greet with them after that.
That's so cool.
So I was like, that's insane. What is my luck right now?
Mm-hmm.
We go to the show. Hilarious show. Super funny guy. He brought his dog. Got to meet his dog too. Handshake. Got a picture with him. Super nice. Super friendly. And it was just a really great experience. Have I met anybody else famous or like super famous? I think that's the most famous person I've met. But I've met various band members from various bands too, from Summerfest and stuff like that.
Cool. Do you have a nickname, and what would be the story behind it?
Well, my nickname is Tom. My full name is Thomas. Very few people call me Thomas. Super close friends and family members call me Tommy. Tom is just something that stuck, I guess you should say. Other than that, I had a nickname of a train, or Thomas the Train, for a while, just because there was a game it was a baseball game. I had a line drive, like straight to the third base, shortstop, whatever it was. And I just head down, sprint, however that works, past tense, to first base. Throw was high, that's all I saw. I just looked down. Once I saw the throw, looked down, I was like, I can maybe beat this. The first baseman had to jump up to like make the catch. I just saw his feet. I saw his feet in the air, and I was like, oh. We collided. I wound up in between the pitcher's mound and first base. He wound up way behind first base, closer to like the foul fence. And it was really funny because I just got up and everyone's like, no. Because like, I hit him, I closed my eyes, everything went black for like a couple seconds. I must have been laying there longer than I thought I was because everyone was like, oh, they're slow to get up. I got up, ran to first base. I was like, I'm safe. And then my coach was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And he did some like quick things to make sure I didn't have a concussion or anything like that. So I got nicknamed a Train after that because I just plowed right through that guy.
Nice.
That was memorable. Otherwise, there was one that went around in high school for a while, but that's not a story we need to get into.
So what was the first YouTube video you've ever seen?
Oh, man. First YouTube video. It was either a Fred video
Ha, classic.
or it was these series of videos called Stick Figures on Crack.
Oh.
And it was all animated, and it was just a bunch of stupid skits with stick figures. And then, like, they were just basically stick figures with movie quotes dubbed over them and stuff like that. It's wild. They're short. If you can still find them, they're ancient.
I'll have to look for that.
I just remember going to a friend's house, like, have you heard of YouTube? And I was like, what is this? And I was like 10 years old.
Yeah.
And that's what we watched. And from there, it just kind of evolved into basically what I watch on YouTube now, which is mostly music videos. Or when I say music videos, I don't mean music videos. I mean like videos about music or guitar, or like cool things you can do with guitars, good things you can do with mixing audio and stuff like that, or Let's Plays and video game videos. So
Nice. So who's your biggest inspiration?
my dad.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's probably like, it sounds corny, but like he's been through a lot, and it's just knowing that he's still pushing through. At a lot of times where he could have stopped. It's just really inspirational. Just like, I can keep going, he can keep going, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what it'd be. I don't know. A lot of people put a lot of like emphasis on superheroes or sports players or anything like that, and there's a lot of great sports stories out there and everything like that, and they are inspirational. It's just having that role model in your life consistently show that like just keep moving forward.
Yeah. Sure. Are you still friends with any of your friends from kindergarten?
I remember doing this question too. No, and it's not out of choice. It's just because we fell out of contact.
That makes sense.
I'm still friends with a couple people from when I was like in elementary school. I'm definitely still friends with people from middle school and high school. Kindergarten, we ended up moving like halfway through my elementary schooling, so it's just I'm in contact with some of those people. A lot of them though, unfortunately, I remember some names, but I'd have to really dig through Facebook and really prove that, like, oh, remember 16 years ago?
Yeah.
No, so it's just, I don't know. It'd be cool to, like, if I accidentally, like, ran into them and we remembered each other, but we'll see where life goes with that.
Sure. So, what's the most interesting thing you've ever gotten at a garage sale or an antique store?
Would you count like Goodwill or St. Vincent de Paul's as a...
Sure.
Okay. Perfect. Because a garage sale, book, maybe some clothes. My dad used to work for the St. Vincent de Paul's. And they had these like penny banks or whatever, piggy banks, whatever they're called. But they were like Star Wars action figures. If you press them, they move. So there's like a Obi-Wan Kenobi and a Darth Maul. One that I still have in my room back in Tomahawk that was super cool. It was just one of those things that you'd probably never be able to find again unless like you found it. So
Cool. So name 3 things on your bucket list.
Go to Europe.
Good one.
Go to Europe. At least Germany, and then hopefully Italy. Just Europe in general would be fantastic to see. What else? Go to either a Super Bowl
Okay.
or a WrestleMania. That'd be amazing. Really cool experience. A lot of money, but I think it'd be cool. What else? I guess I'll keep it to like big idea things.
Sure.
Not, like get married or like anything like that. Let's go on a cruise, I guess.
Ooh, that'd be a lot of
That'd
fun.
be cool. I don't know. Like, part of me wants to go to cruise, but then I see so many horror stories about cruises. And
Sure.
how gross they are. And it's like, maybe not. What is something else that'd be really cool to do? Skydiving, maybe?
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. That's something, again, I'd probably have to get course into it. But with a group of friends, I'd probably do it.
Me too. I feel that. Sometimes there's like those indoor ones that you can do too. You know what I'm talking
That would freak me out so much more. No
Oh,
thanks.
really?
Yeah, I'd rather just go on the plane.
Oh man, that's scary. That's gutsy. So, what is a strong but irrelevant opinion that you have?
Pineapple doesn't belong in pizza.
Agreed. Agreed.
Gordon Ramsay said it, so it has to be true.
That is true. Gordon Ramsay knows everything.
Otherwise, I don't think I have one.
It's alright.
Besides that.
So, what's something that you've done once that you'll never do again?
What have I done once that I wouldn't do again? Break my wrist, I guess. Like, I'd love to never do that again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Done surgery twice.
Ooh.
That kind of sucks. I don't want to do it again, but I'd do it if I had to.
Sure.
To survive. Yeah, I guess I'd really like to never break a bone again.
Makes sense.
That's painful.
Makes sense. What fictional character are you most similar to?
That's not even a fair question. Like,
why not?
Because every fictional character is gonna have some outlandish things that no human could possibly do. At the same time, they're gonna have flaws that you don't necessarily have. But it's just, I don't know. It's hard. I never liked being comparing myself to someone that's not real, because that's when you get expectations that are negative to yourself.
Okay.
So
that's fair.
Plus, the things I read, I'm not a wizard, so no one from Harry Potter. I really like the Cirque du Freak books, but I'm not a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
I read the Dexter books, but I'm not a serial killer. So I don't know.
Sure, I get you. So, what's the most outrageous name for a pet that you've ever heard?
For a pet that I've ever heard?
Yeah, like a dog or something on that line.
My cousin told me about a friend that named their dog Diogi.
Oh.
And I was like, Diogi? What? And until he realized, he didn't get it either, but when he got it, was way before he's telling us the story. I was so confused, but I was like, why would you name something Diogi? What is a Diogi? And he goes, it spells dog. D-O-G. Diogi. So he named his dog, and I thought...
That's kind of funny.
It was clever, so I was like, alright. But that's the wildest name for an animal I've heard.
I like it. So I think we still had to come back to one question. And I think that one was, what was the most exciting thing to happen to you in 2018?
No, I answered that one.
You did?
Yep.
Then was it... What was the question?
It was early.
You answered the skill one. Signature dance move, I think. Or, was it the most daring thing you've ever done?
No, I answered that one too.
A weird obsession.
Yeah.
That one.
That's what it was.
That's right. There we go.
Weird obsession. I really don't know. I'm trying to even think if there's something I collect that's weird to collect. Something I really like that just people don't like. Because I'm assuming that's the definition of weird here is that it's not common.
Or you could interpret it any way you want to.
I wish I heard some examples, because that might help me get my gears going, but...
I guess... Maybe I should have put this question in there.
Right? It's...
I know, it's all my fault. I'm sorry.
I'm going through, my day-to-day life, and I'm just what's something I do every day that's just, outside the norm? can it be something weird that I do and maybe not an obsession?
Sure.
I have this incredible knack to fall asleep in any kind of vehicle, regardless
All right.
if I'm driving,
Oh.
which is kind of dangerous sometimes.
Yeah.
I get really tired, and I actually have to, when I go home, I have to take stops every so often sometimes, just because I catch myself doing this, and it's just like next city is in another 10 miles. It's like, all right, 6 minutes. Let's go, stop, get some food, do something. I just get comfortable in vehicles, I guess. I don't know. It's something I've always been able to just sleep in a vehicle, which is
Interesting.
nice, but really uncomfortable. So it's just like,
Yeah.
and-
Has its pros and cons.
yeah, especially if you want to make a long trip faster.
Yeah, for sure. Well, cool. That hits our 20 questions then. Is there anything else you want people to know about you?
I don't know. Ask. I'm an open person, so it's not like, you know?
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
I get
like,
you.
I'm very open, so it's, answering some of these is just like, my friends will probably know this, or like, the weird, like, what's something weird you do is like, oh, everyone knows everything. So like, I don't hide a lot.
Sure.
Things I do are mostly emotions, so.
Cool. All right, well, thanks, Tom.
Thank
And
you.
thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next week. We're going to be talking to Dan. And actually, that'll be probably around Thursday, Friday-ish. So keep it tuned. We'll see you then.